Hey guys, today I want to talk about civil associations in the United States, and specifically disability civil associations. And what I mean by a civil association, it's best to just give an example. And the best example I can think of a civil association is like Alcoholics Anonymous, or there are all these groups: parents against X, teachers against Y, right? They're just associations of people devoted to um seeing some sort of political change within a specific issue or topic. And these I got thinking about these very valid criticisms by something that I had to study in grad school, and it's a book called Democracy in America, by this French dude named Alexis de Tocqueville, and I just butchered that. I know I'm gonna get in the comments like your pronunciation is terrible, bro. I only speak Spanish and English. I'm sorry. But but no. He was a French dude that came to the United States in like the 1820s for a little while, like a year or two, I think, and he basically wrote an entire book about that. He was a French aristocrat living in the like times of Louis the 18th. So like I don't know what type of French bourbon restoration. There's been like a bajillion. So I don't know what number of that was, but anyway, he went to the United States, wrote a book about all of his observations, what he liked, what he didn't like, and he was basically like, yeah, there's a civil association for everything, and it's helpful, it really is, right? But at the same time, it's kind of inefficient, and they don't get stuff done quickly. And I agree, right? Now, I one thing that I wanted to add to that is that I'm not opposed to these civil associations. I do think that really in any democracy they're very important, right? Because that's the main way that you get support for things, aside from the media. Um so it's not that I oppose them or anything. It's just that they're inefficient, and you know, the government could take care of a lot of the issues, but specifically when it comes to um disability stuff, the civil associations that we've had, and most of them have only existed for around 50 or so years, because that's when um disability advocates started forming these things and started changing laws and stuff. But one thing that I've noticed is that they're not run by disabled people. Not at all. They're mainly run by social workers and experts, right? That are really, they're not serving us. They're serving our parents. Now I just want to say that I have been the beneficiary of these organizations myself. They provided a lot of charity and a lot of money. This very computer right now that I'm using to record this video came from a grant facilitated by one of those organizations, the ARC, the and so, like, again, I'm not against them, but I think that there should be more of us in the boards and doing the actual work of running the organizations, because we're not kids. And again, I feel like a lot of it has to do with parents seeing us as eternal children, for real. Friends, which in some ways we are. I can't deny that, right? But still, man, we have to get in there and run these things, because we are the ones that need the help, not our parents. And this isn't unprecedented in the history of movements of minorities of all types. I'm reminded of the NAACP, right? The NAACP in its early beginnings, like around for its first 30 to 40 years, was run by white individuals, and white individuals or Jewish individuals ran the upper echelons of the organization, basically. And I just want to say there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that obviously we shouldn't have say, for example, able-bodied people on the boards. And so, of course we should. But to have literally in a lot of these organizations no upper level disabled representations is just, it boggles the mind. So yeah, the NAACP, National Association for Colored People, that's the way it was. Like, even though it was for people of color, they like, for the longest while they wasn't run by people of color. And again, I'm not saying that that has to be the case always, but the fact that you don't see them within the power structures, the upper level power structures of these organizations, there's something wrong with that. Alright, bye.